Hello, Matt here from RetroOnly.com. Today we will be talking about whether PlayStation controllers are made with dog noses. Before we get to that, please like and subscribe to our channel. Have you ever noticed that the analog stick on a PlayStation looks eerily similar to the nose of a dog? Maybe you heard one of your friends say that they were made of dog noses, and that of course sounded crazy to you. Well, we have the answers for all of your questions. So are PlayStation controllers really made with dog noses? Although the color of the analog stick and the feel of it sort of feels and looks similar to a dog's nose, it's not actually a dog's nose. The PlayStation controller is actually made out of a plastic and rubber mix, and the indents you feel are just there for grip. If you want to know more about the PlayStation controller and how their DualShock controller revolutionized the controller market, you'll definitely want to keep watching this video. PlayStation remote controllers are normally black, while the analog and touchpad have a slightly grayish type color. And these can even be pressed to perform many different operations. Although this analog has an excellent grip, many people dislike it because of its lousy appearance. Because of this issue, there are many innovative kinds of solutions available on the market and in online stores. You can get all kinds of skins and protectors of different colors other than the unattractive gray colors. Also, because of the rubbery material, these analog sticks can sometimes get damaged easily. And this is another reason why some people buy skins for their controllers. The other reason is it makes their controllers stand out and look a lot cooler than their friends. So why did this question about a dog nose come up? Although it was believed to have originally started as a joke, the more people heard about it, the more some people began to believe it. When one person says it, it's easy to just laugh it off, but when you have 100 people around you all saying it's true, you might begin to wonder about it. And this is how a lot of things that are not true are sometimes taken as truth. Just because the stick is similar in color and texture does not mean it's made from a dog's nose. This question was probably told as a joke by a Nintendo or Microsoft fan who do not like the PlayStation, but somehow people believed it and ran with the story. Components of a PlayStation controller. PlayStation controllers are made up of a lot of different materials. Since there are buttons, analog sticks, lights, and touch sensors on it, they all add up in the making of the controller. The structure of the PlayStation controller itself is made up of hard plastic. It is of course used to hold together all of the other stuff. The analog part of the PlayStation is the moving stick, with which you can control the movement of the characters in the game with the 360-degree rotation aspect. Most of the time this analog stick is controlled with the thumb. And that is why it has a rough, patchy surface. This surface allows your thumb to hold the grip, no matter what direction you are going. The buttons of the PlayStation controller are also made up of hard plastic. They then have all the labels printed on them that are used to operate the console and the games. They are particular to each game and have multiple different characteristics. Coming back to the analog part, it is entirely rotatable. And that's why it has a tight rubber seal on it, which looks almost exactly like the nose of a dog. And then last comes the LED light and touch sensors. Although it's available only on PlayStation 4 remote controllers, it does play a vital role in its positioning. Different versions of the PlayStation controllers. There are many versions of the PlayStation controllers, since PlayStation consoles range from 1 to 4, and Sony made some other consoles as well. Each one has a different version of the controller. Most of the PlayStation remotes are of the same type as they follow the same design, style, color, and button requirements. And they are only slightly different when you look at the different models. For example, the PlayStation 4 remote control is wireless, has an LED light, and a touch sensor. But if you look at the PlayStation 2 remote control, it is wired and has none of these other features. PlayStation controllers. PlayStation remotes have the best control in console gaming. This is because it gives complete control over the entire game. When you put in a game and play it with your console, you have the power of the entire universe at your fingertips. Well, at least the PlayStation universe. The analog stick of the PlayStation is made up of a hard rubber type of material. If you get a feel of it, you will notice that it is a sturdy material that has the characteristics of the complete gripped material. Often minigames require hard and intense usage of these different sticks. In these games, a lot of times you will need to keep holding the analog stick in multiple directions throughout the game, as well as use them extremely frequently on other games. Well, that is where this material comes in handy. Although it may look ridiculous in color, it is a beneficial material. This material holds up great to the constant use that it gets, as well as it gives a good grip to the user, no matter how sweaty of a hand the person gets while playing. This rubber has a blackish gray kind of color, and it's normally not available in any other color, which is why PlayStation has used the same in all of its versions of the controller. If you want to change the color of it or want to give it a different kind of look, you can always buy covers or protectors for pretty cheap. But what makes PlayStation controllers so special? Although some people don't think that the PlayStation controller is anything special, PlayStation controllers are one of the most satisfying gaming handles that you can get on the market right now. Why is it the most satisfying? Well, this is because when PlayStation originally designed the controller, they took their time developing it down to the exact angle of the handle to fit in your hand as good as possible. Because of all the attention to detail and the complete feel of comfort the controller has, it is the last controller you will ever need or want to feel. Conclusion. Although the PlayStation controllers may look and feel similar to a dog's nose, they are not made of one, and Sony would never do anything like that to any animal. Sony takes a lot of pride in the way that they make their controllers and consoles. They aren't going to use an animal's noses for their controllers. This is proven in the fact that Sony has not hardly changed its design of the controller at all on any of its gaming consoles since it had the first PlayStation. Now you can purchase your PlayStation controller knowing confidently that the controllers are not made from animals and that the feel is simply for grip. This has been Matt from RetroOnly.com. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.